Speaking of old, what's her name? Margot Robbie? Robbie?
Yes.
I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Robbie.
Just Robbie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, going forward, she's Margot Robbie in my head. I'm going to reprogram myself.
Good job.
All right. Done.
The process has begun.
I mean, I may be polluting you with English pronunciation, but hey.
I prefer Robbie because Margot Robbie just sounds a little too
it's
weird for an American name.
Yeah, and it looks like
Yeah.
Robbie, so.
I think it's Robbie, yeah.
So-
That's what I would say.
Yeah, there we go. There's a Birds of Prey teaser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just some stills and some music set to it, really.
Well, what they did was they first teased it by having Margot Robbie just kind of like tweet a picture of her in costume.
Mhm.
Or as we know it, the next Spirit Halloween costume to be seen everywhere this next Halloween.
Is that the one where she's wearing the trash on her arms?
Yeah. I think it's literal trash. But she tweeted out that picture, and then next thing we know, they released the small teaser trailer, which is just kind of some shots of them in a studio type setting, showing each of the characters for brief flashes, really. So it didn't give really anything about the film, but it did finalize the casting, such as Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. He was in there, things like that. There was one character that, even though it could be said it might be Harley Quinn, I don't know enough about Margot Robbie's midriff to know if it was her. But one of the characters they didn't show the face of, but was holding Harley Quinn's bat.
Mhm.
So maybe this is like some secret or whatever. Don't know. But it's just showing pretty much costuming and saying, hey, this is happening, so please be excited for it. Please. We're betting the farm on it.
Please be excited.
I feel like this is the constant question that I ask when we talk about these DC movies. Why?
I'll tell you why. This is exactly why. Because Margot Robbie is the only person who cares about these movies going forward. So, like, of course, you've got on the Marvel side, you've got all these people who are super excited to show themselves in like makeup. It's like last day of reshoots, blah blah blah. And on the DC side, no one cares. They're not excited about the movies they're making. So
Except maybe Jason Momoa.
I mean, kinda,
But he's just an upbeat guy regardless.
He's excited about everything.
so I think that's it. She now has to take on the role of the goodwill ambassador of the DCEU.
It's sad. It's really sad.
I really don't get the point in doing this, which is effectively starting another franchise mired in the same thing that any sane person would want to be backpedaling on.
I don't know. I mean,
It's basically just what the CW shows have been doing. It's like, here's some characters that you probably don't know of very much, and Batman and Superman are gone somewhere. They're just gone. I think the premise in that movie is that Batman's been missing for 8 years or something, and Black Mask has just risen to power because of Batman's absence or whatever, and now Harley Quinn and all her friends are going to try to stop him, and that's pretty much the premise of that movie.
but she's a bad guy.
And this is
Yeah, but no.
and this is set in the same universe.
That I don't know. I'm assuming, but
I just don't know what's going on here.
I mean,
it's so weird.
they need to pull the plug and just reset it.
They really do.
Everything. Just reset everything. Make your standalone films. Don't worry about trying to get your Justice League out there or anything like that. Just make your standalone films. Be done. And if one of them sucks, it doesn't matter. The next one might be good. But right now, whenever you try to make this large, congruent universe, if one of them sucks, it's going to make it in the minds of people thinking everything else is going to suck.
Yeah.
Except, of course, Aquaman bucked that trend.
I think the whole summation of the DCEU is that it's a directionless mess.
Mhm.
It's an absolute directionless mess, and I don't know what they're doing, so I don't care.
they don't know what they're doing, but they kind of care, but only because they've got money on it.
I guess so. Like I just while you were sitting there talking, I hit my wall.
Oh, dumb.
Like I felt my brain just throw a wall up and go, no, you're not accepting anything else about this fucking franchise. Like we're done with it.
I
Okay?
really kind of wish, I don't know if anybody's going to agree with me on this, but I wish that they'd do everything over again and give like Paul Dini some leeway in there as like a producer for these things. He built this universe in animated form already. Who's to say he can't do it in live action?
I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't have to go around directing these movies, but the guy knows these characters well enough to.
Well, you see,
Put 'em
the
together.
thing that you're suggesting is something that they already did, except not with Paul Dini. They did it with Jeff Johns. The problem with that is that Jeff Johns fucking sucks. and is like, as soon as he runs out of Alan Moore material to rip off,
Yeah.
he is
against the
lost
wall.
at sea. Yeah. So he has been trying to put this back together.
Yeah.
And he's just not good at it. He's certainly not good enough at it to overcome whatever Snyder did to it. So
that's a whole nother mess altogether.
it's a tragedy, and I can't wait for like 20 years down the road when somebody doesn't. Hell, it'll be 10. It'll be 10 at best. The way people turn around and make documentaries out of things. I cannot wait for the comprehensive documentary on the unraveling of this shitty experiment.
The DCU.